because you have to go 5-0 to win the state title in the playoffs. These people just build their whole life around this club winning the state championship. It's outrageous. They've won 3. They've tied for another. They are the defending champions. They tied Beaumont French last year. They've lost another handful of state titles, 4 others. This team is always there. Yates has been always there in the 80s. We've got 2 spectacular coaches, and the team coming on the field right now has a marvelous offensive football team. The Yates team averages over 400 yards a game. They average over 41 points a game. They are a very balanced offense. They run an option, the TCU option. If you've seen the TCU option, you've seen the Houston Yates option offense. Their quarterback is extremely large for a high school quarterback. Price is over 200 pounds. They've got, maybe 6 running backs that'll play college football. The starters are Bailey, Johnny Bailey, who gained 1,500 yards as a sophomore, was hurt as a junior, hurt some this year as a senior, but he's piled up over 1,000 yards. Lawrence King, the other running back, excellent player. Wide receiver Quentin Smith has caught almost 1,000 yards of passes this year. This team will do everything. Well-balanced, offense and defense, very large. To stop them, Permian, very small defensively.
That's right.
But extraordinarily disciplined. When Coach John Wilkins' defense says player A, be it spot B, they're there.
As you can see, the Yates Lions are designated the home team today, wearing their red jerseys, gold trousers, white helmets. And Norm, in keeping with what you were saying about the Permian tradition, the Permian people were a little bit upset, or some of them were, because they can't wear their black home jerseys today. They love to wear black. They got to wear the road outfits this afternoon, but that just goes to show you how strong the tradition is there.
It's all tradition. It is not talent. Believe me, it is not talent. Please, those of you who are on the Odessa Permian side of the ball today, don't take this as an offense, okay?
They'll say, what do you mean we don't have talent?
Odessa Permian gets more out of some than anybody in this state. You're going to see a high school football team in the championships today with an offensive line that averages 178 pounds. This is a team, and I say this again in all positiveness, this is a team of cockroaches. Odessa Permian is just like a cockroach. A, they're always around. B, they're small. They're feisty. You look at them, and they always look like there's more than 11 of them on the field. It's not so much what they do to you, it's what they foul up like a cockroach. And just like a cockroach, you can drive them out of your kitchen, but then they set up in your bedroom. You drive them out of your bedroom, they set up in your dining room. They will get here and play 48 minutes of football, and you aren't going to get rid of them.
The Permian football team, too, in spite of the fact that they have the great tradition, Permian is not an old school. The school opened its doors in 1959. They won their first state championship 20 years ago in 1965. In fact, they recently had a 20-year reunion for that first championship team. So they're not an old school. But if you look at the last 25 years, they have been, more than any other team in Texas, the dominant squad in the highest classification.
You talk about an outrageous statistic. This school has been open now 27 years. In the first 6 years of their existence, Odessa Permian lost 26 games. In the last 21 years of football at Odessa Permian, they have lost 26 games. 3 games in the 80s. You will identify the young man in the wheelchair. Right?
Yes, Kevin Wilson is the young man in the wheelchair, an Odessa Permian captain. He was seriously injured in an automobile accident after a playoff game against El Paso about 3 or 4 weeks ago. He just got out of the hospital. The players have, since his injury, they put little tape, 75 was his number, little 75s on the back of their helmet, and he is certainly an inspiration for them today.
The injury occurred when he was hit, the car he was riding in, he was hit from behind by a drunk driver. Dislocated hip, crushed pelvis, major surgery, out of the hospital to be here. Yet another one of the inspirational and motivational factors for Odessa.
Okay, let's go down to the field for the national anthem. Okay, so it's Houston Yates against Odessa Permian for the 5A state championship. Yates 15-0, Permian 14-1. The coach for Yates, Luther Booker, in his 15th year has won 13 district championships as the rest of the Permian Panthers come out of the tunnel for today's game. John Wilkins, the head coach at Odessa Permian, and he likewise has a phenomenal one-loss record.
Booker 137, 31-6 in 15 years there. John Wilkins came to Permian the same year but didn't become the head coach until 2 years later, 73. He is 148, 15-6. Two of the best high school football coaches in the country. Yates this year has 15 wins and no losses, as you said, Ray. 11 of the 15 wins by 26 or more points. This club hardly even gets tested, it seems.
Okay, in the 3 deep for the Houston Yates squad, Richard Wilhite will be on the right side up there at the upper left-hand corner of your screen. Down on the near side will be number 21, Gary Williams. But the man in the middle that they really want to handle the football is number 20, Johnny Bailey. 242 yards rushing last week in the 34-7 win over San Antonio Holmes. And folks, remember, if you generally are accustomed to watching the pro game and the college game and you don't get out and support a local high school football team, there are a few differences in the rules, but the major thing is high school football consists of 12-minute quarters. So when Norm says, well, Yates scored 72 against somebody, they did that in a 48-minute football game. So the time can really get away from you in a hurry. Now, kicking off, by the way, for Permian when they get ready to get it underway will be number 65, Steve Hill.
Now realize there will be nothing here today like first downs or penetrations deciding the game. It is points and points only. If it finishes in a tie, the state declares two reigning 5A champions, which is what we had last year, Beaumont French and Odessa Permian.
Okay, Hill approaches the ball at the 40-yard line. It's a squib kick, and it will be taken by one of the up men, number 33, Lawrence King. King is in trouble, and he is swarmed under at the 17-yard line. Good coverage by the Permian Panthers on the squib kick by Hill.
The Houston Yates offense will be first on the field, and do they have some people?
All right, Charlie Price, number 12, the very talented quarterback. Johnny Bailey, the breakaway threat at running back, but Lawrence King can pop them too. Quentin Smith and Robert Lampkins are deep threats, and Zeno Alexander a good target at tight end.
Bailey and King each average more than 7 yards a carry in their backfield.
Veer offense for the Yates Lions on first down, and the give is to Lawrence King, number 33, 917 yards rushing this year, a 3-year starter.
The offensive line for Yates, the best one in there is the smallest one, Randall Moon, the center. Moore, the right tackle, is very large, 265 pounds. The rest of them in the 200 to 215 range.
Second down, 7 yards to go for the Yates Lions at the 21-yard line, near the 21. And the give is to King again, and he gets some running room up to about the 29-yard line. Lawrence King picks up a first down for Yates. Blake Batt, the rover back, made the tackle for the Permian Panthers.
The Permian defense, just tiny people, basically.
Except for Troy Baker, he's not.
He's not tiny, 235 pounds and a major, major college player. And Servance, the middle linebacker, you'll call his name maybe 20, 25 times today.
He's a good one. And there's your secondary, Robert Williams, number 81, the big interceptor, and he should have a good game today if Permian is going to win this thing. And Price is knocked down at the 31-yard line. Louis Salcido, who has